Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thanks for watching today. I wanted to check back with you on some of the products that had recently kind of come into my collection and let you know what my thoughts are, so I can give you more than just like my first impressions on them, which I think is important because first impressions are great, even if you do like a wear test with it or leave notes about how things wore throughout the day, but to really see if I'm still reaching for stuff. So before we get started, thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. And I think this was one of the things that really made me cave, and I was like, I have to have it. It's the Glowgasm palette from Charlotte Tilbury. It's really, I love this palette. It's beautiful. I don't know if you can notice the impression here on this pan said love. There used to be a CT for Charlotte Tilbury in the middle of this pan here. You can still see part of the L here in the glow. I use it a lot. I use it almost every day. I haven't been using it every day because I got a different bronzer. And so I use that one when I open this palette. I use it all over the face. Blush, highlight, bronzer. And on the days that I reach for a different bronzer, I usually don't reach for this, but I am impressed with how frequently I reach for it, even though it was $75. Sometimes I get some sticker shock. I'm like, oh, that was really expensive. But I do really like this palette. I will tell you, I feel like it performs better when you use natural hair brushes as opposed to synthetic. So just that's it. But I really like this. And for my fair skin tone, it works beautifully. All right, other things that I've recently picked up. This is the other bronzer that I reach for all the time. And before I got this, I'd been using exclusively the bronzer in the Charlotte Tilbury. I picked this up a couple weeks ago. You know, I see what the hype is about Fenty Beauty. I had not really had a lot of stuff that had come out that really piqued my interest. There are some things I definitely want to try, but I didn't want to go through and like try everything. I know everybody loves their foundation and concealer, but those aren't really products that I'm interested in because they're matte and I do like a glowier look. But this bronzer here, beautiful, blends to perfection, is absolutely amazing, and I love it. I love it. And I have other ones that I like a lot, but this is definitely probably in like my top 3 if we're talking single bronzers. This one is like right up there. All right, I also think that this gloss from Fenty, this is the shade Fussy, is amazing. This I had to pull out of my purse because I knew it was going to eventually, once lipstick products or lip products of any sort make it into my purse, I just know like, yep, you're fantastic. Because I have like a whole tray, I don't know if I can show you here, of like lipsticks that live like right here on this desk in front of me. And then I have boxes and boxes and boxes kind of like back in this area. I have more than 300 lip products, and that's just like glosses, liquid lips, and regular lips. I don't even know how many lip liners I have. I quit buying them a long time ago, but when a single product gets a lot of use, first of all, I find it extremely versatile, very comfortable on the lips, and it's just, I love it. Okay, so I do think that the packaging has something to do with it. I do think this, it's a pentagon. Oh, this one, it's slightly different. This is octagonal and this is a pentagon. But I do love like the kind of the corners on these things. I do like how kind of chunky and chubby it is. And I do really like this larger style applicator. So everything about it. Also, it smells sweet and delicious. Perfect. I don't know. I can't stop wearing this. So on the days that I'm not wearing any makeup, this goes on my lips. On the days that I am wearing makeup and I'm wearing a bright lip, I usually don't wear this over the top of something like this, but this lives in there for minimal to no makeup days. Or if I'm wearing a nude lip, this is beautiful over it. But I like it best over my natural lips. I really like this a lot. Okay, if I keep talking this much about everything, we'll be here forever. Let's talk about some Colourpop. So I picked up their Sweet Talk palette, and I don't know what it was that made me pick up this palette because I normally don't go for like warm neutrals, like peachy neutrals, but I've been wearing this a lot. I'm not wearing it today. I should be, but especially this shade here. This is, I don't even know what the name is. It's called Side to Side. It's their Super Shock, and it's beautiful. It's like fantastic. I think it's really great. I do feel like it's a little drier than when I first got the palette, but it's a really gorgeous shade. And there are days that I'll open this and just throw that on the eye. The other thing is they have 2 pressed glitters in here. And these glitters, unlike the glitters in the Too Faced Pretty Rich palette or in the Pure Festival palette, I feel like these ones stay on my eyes without needing any extra help. And I don't find, like, if I find 1 or 2 rogue pieces of glitter, that's fine because it's glitter. Like, glitter goes everywhere. But the other 2 that I mentioned, I have like glitter fallout down here, and it's just, it's not my favorite, so I don't want to wear it. But I do like the pressed glitters in here. And even just the rest of the shades, they're so easy to use, and I'm really starting to get into a really peachy eye. Now I know everyone's been doing warm tones on the eyes for a long time. Now it's starting to move back the other direction with blues and greens, and I'm late to the game. If it wasn't a neutral brown, I wasn't interested, but this, I love it, and the quality is fantastic. The other palette that I picked up at the same time was this one. This is the Salvaje palette. This is a collab with Becky G. You know, I don't think I've reached for this more than a handful of times, and it's not because I don't like it. I think with my huge collection, I forget that I have it. So I'm going to put it someplace where it's a little bit more visible. I did use it the other day for the dark brown in here, but I really do love like this top row, like this matte neutral all the way across. These 2 colors down here are just absolutely gorgeous. I really love the quality of Colourpop pressed shadows, and I do like that this one has a mirror. That is like fantastic because the Sweet Talk doesn't. Most of them don't, but I find that most of their collab palettes do, and I need to use this more because the color story in here really does make me happy. And I'm trying to push my beauty boundaries, so I'll have to reach for more of these like burgundy-ish tones and kind of the turquoisey darker colors there. So I picked up this lipstick when I got the Sweet Talk palette. This is Flower Season. It's the lippy I'm wearing right now. I really like this. I went 2 weeks where I put this in my purse, and I kept going, where's that new lipstick? And I was like, oh yeah, it's in my purse. Because when I get ready, because all my makeup is in this room, I had to remind myself that the lipstick that I wanted to wear was in another location. But I really like this. I also recently picked up one of the Villains ones. This one's called Cruella. And just so you know, they're quite similar. And apparently I have a lipstick type, a bright punchy color. All right. So Cruella pulls a little bit more red. This one here is a little bit more coral. It's what I'm wearing today. So this one is Flower Season. This one is Cruella. Cruella is in this different packaging, the limited edition Disney Villains packaging. But they're really quite similar. But if you're interested, there is a slight difference. They're both the cream formula. I guess maybe it's the creme formula. That's what I hear them say. But I feel like out of the Luxe Lips, the creme formula is my absolute favorite. I'll wear the matte. I don't like the Velvet Blur. But I do feel like the creme formula for me really rivals a high-end lipstick formula. And even the packaging, you know, for their regular everyday lipsticks is beautiful. And then it's so much fun for the villains. I just really feel like these lipsticks should not be the price they are. What, $7, $8? They should definitely be more than that because they're worth so much more. I really feel like these perform like a high-end lipstick, if not a luxury lipstick. They're really fantastic. And if you haven't tried them, highly recommend. Find a shade you like. There's a ton of shades. All right, another thing that I have been using quite a bit is this. I got this on sale during Ulta's 21 Days of Beauty. It's from Dose of Colors. It's the Friendcation palette with Desi and Katie, and I love this palette. There are days that I kind of go for more like these neutrally mattes here, and then I'll throw like one shade. you know, just for a little sparkle on the lid. I love the way these look. It performs really well. I also, I mean, the packaging is so pretty. I just sit there and I'm like, you're so sparkly and I love you. I like this palette a lot. So there's that. All right, another thing I forgot, Colourpop. I picked up this. This is the Kathleenlights Pigment in the Maiden. So I have one Colourpop shade in my eyes today. It's just a sparkly jelly much. And this just recently arrived, so this is like the second time I'm wearing this, and I like it just as a wash over the eyes. And this was easy to apply. I was hoping that this, in this shade, would also give the effect that I have on my eyes now and would be easy to apply. It's not. Okay, so you need some sort of spray. I use Fix Plus. You could use any sort of setting spray to wet it. The one thing I haven't tried, I just thought about this. I have not tried Inglot's Duraline, and maybe that medium mixed in with this pigment would keep it on my eyes better, because I do find that I get a lot of sparkle, not just here, but in other places. I feel like it migrates. And maybe I'm not doing it right, but I thought if I just put a little pigment in the cap, sprayed some Fix Plus and put it on, I just never really got the look I was hoping for from this. And I do tend to prefer, and this is the first time I've tried the Jelly Much formula, I feel like this is easier to use and you don't have to concoct your own thing. So this is not a favorite for me, and I don't know whether it's the pigment or whether it's the shade. Maybe one of the other shades would be more pigmented and I would see it better on the eye. This is pretty. I don't like it dry. I prefer it wet, but it's kind of involved. I like this better. All right, from there, let's talk what I got during the VIB Rouge sale. One thing that I have been plowing through is this, as you can see. This is from Glow Recipe. It's their Watermelon Glow Ultra Fine Mist. This is the best thing. Every time I have to open it and spray it, because it smells like you just sliced into a watermelon. It's also probably one of the finest mists out of my entire collection. Other ones that are nearly this fine would be the Continuous Setting Mist from Morphe, as well as I love the spray bottles and the spray nozzles on the Cover FX setting sprays. That's a fine mist. This is a fine mist. The Morphe one, and the rest of them that I used to think were like really great, it's just kind of like, oh, it's aggressive and it spurts and I end up with spots on my face, and this is where it's at. But I also love that this is not just, and it's not really meant to be a makeup setting spray. I use it to kind of bring more vibrancy back to my life when all the powders are on. It kind of helps melts the powder into my skin. But it's really hydrating. And there are days, like now that it's starting to warm up, there have been days that my skin feels kind of tight and dry, and I'll just come in and give it a spray of this. It's like, oh, so much better. So I feel like I might need another one of these just to take in my purse with me. Is that a little extra? It might be extra, but I don't like it when my skin feels tight. And I definitely know that come winter time, this is what I'm keeping handy wherever I go in my handbag, because I was so dry this winter, so dry. And this didn't come out till springtime, and I was like, I could have used you when it was 7 degrees outside, and my skin was like, please, moisture. It's a great kind of middle of the day pick me up if you need some extra moisture. It's also great to help, you know, make your makeup one with your skin. Have I talked enough about this yet? I talk about this all the time, like every single video, and it's been in the description for like what I'm wearing. This is the Jouer Essential High Coverage Liquid Concealer. I think I said that right. It's a big long name. Anyway, I have the shade Lace. This is a fantastic, like out of all the concealers I have, I like this better than Shape Tape. I like this better than the Too Faced Sculpting Concealer, the multi-use one. I like this better than like everything else I have. And hang on a sec. Okay. This is bin 1, and this is bin 2 of concealers. And these concealers, I have 2 bins full of concealers. I have not used those because this concealer is like amazing. Now there is one that I recently got. I haven't had it for long enough to tell you what I think about it yet. It's the Juvia's Place. Between the two of these, first of all, you get more product in this, but this one I feel is a little bit more hydrating. And under the eye, since I am in my 40s, I feel like I need more hydration in that area, and this has hyaluronic acid built right into the formula. It is also very long wearing. It is also very high coverage. Now, I haven't figured out which one of these has more coverage because the Juvia's Place came to play. That they give you coverage. If that's what you're looking for, you'll get it there. But also from this, I am so impressed with this. And like today, I'm not wearing any foundation. I have concealer on here, a little in the corners of my nose to cover up redness. Obviously, I missed a spot. I have some dark spots down here. And then on some hyperpigmentation spots around the face, and I just kind of use a brush and kind of blend it in. And it's utter perfection and super fast. I absolutely love this. I can see myself decluttering a lot of other concealers, and this would definitely be, like right now it's my number one, but I could see myself getting rid of a lot of stuff because this is meeting all my needs. Absolutely love it. I also picked up this. This is the Milk Makeup Long Wear Gel Eyeliner. I have the shade CEO. I've been hearing Mel Thompson rave and rave and rave and rave about these gel eyeliners. And I only use liner like in my tight line. Sometimes, and just recently I've been doing it a lot more, I've been putting it in my lower waterline as well, but I usually don't use it like above my lash line on my lid. I usually just use it in my tight line. And I had one that I've been using a lot and liking a lot, and it's the Drama Liquid Pencil from Lancome. This one's better. Okay, it still does what every pencil does on me. I have really watery eyes. This left eye is perpetually leaking here, so there's a lot of extra, you know, my eyes they're teary. And I feel like if I take the time to take a cotton Q-tip, cotton bud, and just kind of, you know, hold this up and like dry out that area and then put this on and then wait for like 30 seconds, I don't get transfer. But I don't have time for that. So I'll just take this, let me see if I can do it here, shove it right up in my tight line, and then I'll do the other eye, but instantly I blink, and then I do get some transfer to the lower waterline. When that happens, I just take a Q-tip and then I wipe it off. And the reason I do that is because I feel like since my eyes are small, if I have any darkness in the lower waterline, it just makes my eyes look smaller. I usually like to put, if I'm going to put anything there, a nude color just to make it look bigger and brighter. But I use the dark on the upper waterline so that my lashes look fuller and thicker and longer because the color starts farther back. Because I have really short lashes, so I'm trying to do whatever I can. I think this is a great pencil. It is long wearing. It's not completely indelible. I have occasionally at the end of the day, because again, the left leaky eye, I will find like a small little puddle here, but I don't find it on the other eye. And my right eye doesn't leak, my left eye is perpetually leaking. So I do carry some Q-tips in my purse, and I'll just kind of like hit it right here to pick up any extra that I have going on. It's super, I think it's a great pencil. I am trying to find like the perfect pencil for my situation, and I've never really found one. Even ones that say they're waterproof, maybe they're not dealing with my perpetually leaky eye. But I do like this pencil and I would recommend it. So I also picked up the Lash Stash to Go. It had 5 mascaras in here. It has the Lights Camera Lashes from Tarte. It has the Better Than Sex. It has the Caution Extreme from Hourglass. It has the Kush mascara from Milk. And then it has the Perversion from Urban Decay. Now I know that the Better Than Sex doesn't work for me, and neither does the Milk, which made me sad because it gave me the most beautiful, long, fluffy lashes. I thought that was gorgeous, but I did get some smudging, and I know it's probably because I wear really hydrating eye creams, and then, you know, this concealer is more on the hydrating end. It has hyaluronic acid, so I don't put a ton of powder down here. I lightly powder, so I feel like it's easy for mascara. Hello. I feel like it's easy for mascara sometimes to get, you know, touching down here and then it starts to transfer. And I don't like that look underneath my eyes. I know that I've used the Tarte's Lights Camera Lashes before, and it used to be like for 2 years the only mascara I would use, and I used to buy it in bulk and have like 4 on hand for like the whole year. I am currently trying the Perversion mascara. I have it on today, and if I'm being honest, I don't know that it does that much. I put on 2 coats and it doesn't really look like I have 2 coats of mascara on. It does make my lashes blacker, but I don't feel like I get any length or any serious thickness from them. So I think that I bought this just because I knew that the Hourglass, I can't say it, Caution Extreme was in there. And it was $28 for this whole set of 5 plus this voucher, which gets me a full size of any one of these. So at the 20% off, I was like, oh, you can't really go wrong. So next time I'm at an actual brick and mortar Sephora, I'm taking this with me, and I'm picking up the Hourglass Caution Extreme, which I think is my favorite high-end mascara. I don't know, Lancome with Mr. Big is pretty fantastic. All right, so that's kind of what I think about some of the more recent acquisitions into my beauty room here, and most of them have been really good. There have been a couple that I'm kind of like, but overall I think that trying to be more selective in what I let in and trying to be really thoughtful about which purchases I think, first of all, excite me the most, and second of all, even though you're exciting, will I really use you? Because there's that Glamlight burger palette that just makes me happy, but I'm not going to use a palette like that. So I'm trying to be more careful about what I let into my collection, and then really, really get good use out of what I have. And I think most of what I have here is brilliant, and I would definitely recommend. So let me know what your thoughts are if you have products that you have recently tried that maybe are newer to your makeup stash. Which ones do you really like? Which ones are maybe kind of like, I wouldn't recommend it if I were you. Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.